Hello, welcome back to Podcast vs. Player, episode 81. I'm Cal, and as always, I'm joined by a man who, after finding out the filming of the next instalment of Star Wars is in the UK, he's a bit disappointed because all the others were filmed in space. It's only bloody Dan.
Long time ago, in a field not too far from here.
In Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, God.
Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah, I can. That's why I'm just like, oh, God, forget it.
It's episode 1 all over again. How are you, good sir?
I'm very well. You alright?
I'm alright. I'm wastelanded.
Yeah, I'm all fallouted out at the moment.
On that, I'm going to just stop you there, Dan. I don't want to jump the gun.
Please don't.
So we're going to just go into the news.
Okay, go
on. As you're all probably aware, on November 10th was the day that Bethesda's long-awaited role-playing game Fallout 4 finally arrived on consoles and PC. However, traffic on Pornhub fell by as much as 10%. Pornhub released a chart which shows that traffic was actually up 5% among gamers in the early morning hours of 3 to 4 am, which the site said was probably when Fallout 4 was installing. But starting at around 5 am, Pornhub traffic dropped, diving as much as 10% from 7 am to 12 noon. In the afternoon, traffic returned to normal, but after 6 pm it dropped again when we assumed that 9 to 5 workers arrived home and fired up their games. Pornhub said in a Safer Work blog post, quote, "After midnight it seems like everyone finally took a break and traffic jumped as high as 15% above daily norms." Fallout 4 launched on November 10th for Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC, and Bethesda shipped 12 million copies of the game to retailers for launch day. It's unclear how many copies of the game have actually sold through to consumers, but whatever the case, the game is clearly off to a strong start, and we've not stopped playing it, but we'll come to that later.
Yeah.
So
it's nice to see that basically everyone who bought Fallout 4 are all a bunch of wankers.
Hey! How long have we waited to use that?
I just made it up, so I don't know.
That's amazing.
Well, thanks very much.
You can have a bazinga.
It's a zinger, thank you very much.
No, this is mine. I can't steal yours.
No, but you can steal that from the Big Bang Theory, though, you fat dick.
I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, true.
It's a big load of bank. Anyway, moving on. DC Suicide Squad.
Wait a minute. I'm going to have to go back to that point, because I think there's just too much to say about it. Like, did Pornhub come out and say, you'll never guess what, like, we've noticed since Fallout 4 came out, people have just stopped coming on and looking at porn? Or did some news outlet contact Pornhub and RedTube and all the other sort of porn websites, whatever, and say, Fallout 4's today, have you noticed any spikes or drops in? It's like, oh, holy shit, yes we have! Oh, I don't believe it.
I don't actually know. I'm going to assume that it's kind of like cheeky advertisement, isn't it? So if somebody Googles Fallout 4 and this particular article has had enough hits, that will come up on the Google search.
Yeah.
Which is bad for Bethesda because then it links Fallout 4 with porn.
Yeah, and there's actually a surprising sort of lack of nudity, which is it's just a staple to sort of like modern games. It's like, you know, the wasteland. What else are you going to do?
What? Get naked?
Yeah.
No, it's full of radiation.
So, your fucking wastelander waistcoat isn't going to keep all the radiation out, is it? It's just like, look, I've got about 30 years before my hair falls out, my balls drop off. Gotta make the most of it.
I may as well have sex.
Yeah, with everything and anyone.
Super mutant.
Super mutants.
Hey. But no, I don't know whether Pornhub came out with this analytics on their own or whether somebody contacted them. But I think it's pretty safe to assume that a large amount of people just probably assume that most people who play video games also watch a lot of porn.
I don't think that's necessarily restricted to people who play video games, but...
No, but it's a case of, play a video game, must be a nerd.
Yeah, because only nerds watch porn.
No, but that's the stigma though, isn't it? It's like nerdy virgins.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess so. Except that this is like I'm pretty sure Fallout was like 18. So it's...
Yeah. There's a high chance 80 to 90% of Fallout 4 players have had sex.
I'd say there's an even higher chance of that, to be honest.
Most likely, to be fair.
Yeah. But I think it's just a fun statistic. I really like that.
Yeah, I really liked it, and I knew you would.
Yeah, I bet.
As a Pornhub user
member. I've got like mod rights and stuff. One of the admins. Are you kidding me?
Most of the videos uploaded to Pornhub are from that.
Yeah, basically, if you see a dude without a face, his face is just completely cut out.
Without a face?
It's usually me. I'm just a bit camera shy, you know how it is.
Captain Super Wang.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I've already spoiled, DC's Suicide Squad rating has been confirmed. Suicide Squad is one of the most anticipated movies in next year's superhero roster because it focuses upon some of the meanest, most villainous characters in the DC universe. There's been some speculation that it might go for a harder rating than a more family-friendly rating of most superhero movies, but it has now been confirmed it will be a PG-13. Producer Charles Roven spoke to Collider and explained the film was always set to have the lower rating. The intention of the film is definitely to be PG-13, he said. We really want to make these films totally consistent because this is a shared universe. We're not dealing in absolutes because while this is business, it's also a creative endeavour, so you want to leave yourself open to changing your mind, doing something different and being inspired. But our plan right now is to make all these films PG-13. In some cases, right there on the edge of a PG-13, but still PG-13.
Bullshit.
Yep.
Big, sloppy piles of bullshit.
No. This makes no sense. Just because it's a shared universe. Deadpool's a shared universe.
Yeah.
With the Fox fucking Marvel characters. That's still 18.
Yeah. Because the characters have got a different... They're just different to... they're not all the same. Like, some people have got more extreme reactions to things, but, they'll be more violent or whatever. Like, how are you meant to do the Joker with the PG-13? What was Batman The Dark Knight?
I think that was PG-13. Might have been a 15.
I'd say it's probably 15 at least. It's people's eyes getting stabbed.
It definitely wasn't an 18. Definitely wasn't an 18. The problem with that, though, is it's Batman. You can't really limit. Saying that, though, I'm pretty sure the Tim Burton Batman was an 18.
Oh, well, it's the sort of the dark,
I could be very,
violent,
very wrong.
But Suicide Squad, these are criminals.
The problem is, with Nolan's Joker, it was a lot more realistic and, he was very... what's the word? He wasn't exactly, absolutely crazy. He was quite smart and he planned a lot of the stuff that he did. It just came across as manic.
Yeah.
But it was all planned and set, and that's what made him interesting. This version of the Joker seems to be very, very crazy.
Yeah.
And that needs a bigger rating.
Well, yeah, you expect him to, be slamming a hammer onto someone's face or something.
Fucking slicing up puppies and
yeah.
strangling kids and stuff.
But then there's also, all the other members of the Suicide Squad. That means they've all got to pull their punches because they can't be seen to be absolutely slaughtering everyone.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what you want them to be doing.
Well,
if you get a team of bad guys and you say, right, we need you to infiltrate this place and steal this piece of technology or whatever, you expect the highest body count possible.
Yeah.
It's like if they put Deadpool as a 15 or PG-13 or something like that. Yeah, more people would be able to go and see it, but the film would suffer as a consequence.
I think Deadpool could have gotten away with it, providing Deadpool was made aware of the rating.
Oh, so it was just bleeped all the time and...
Yeah, and he knew he was being censored. That could have worked, and we had spoke about this before on a really old podcast. Yeah. And providing it was done correctly and handled properly, that it would have worked. This won't.
I don't know.
I mean, it might still be a good film, but I think it could be better.
Yeah.
If it was, I mean, we haven't seen it. We haven't really seen anything for it. Barring a really short trailer and a few photos. It could blow us away and we could be like, oh, we'll take it all back. But as it stands right now, going off what we know, this needs to be an 18.
I honestly, I just assumed it was.
Yeah. I kind of thought they would go that way, but...
Like Deadshot and Harley Quinn and Joker? I mean, fuck me. They're psychopaths.
The thing is, though, this has already got a lot of stigma against it before it's even out. And I think if it had been an 18, people might be more willing to embrace it.
Well, yeah, it's just like, oh my god, it's an 18. Okay, well, the last Joker wasn't, so this is going to be like really violent and horrific and dark.
And it could bring in more people who aren't just there to slam it.
Yeah, and kids pestering their parents until they finally cave and buy it on DVD.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, we should see.
That would have made more sense to me. But I'm still going to see it regardless. It's just that
I'm still looking forward to it.
If I think that they've pulled their punches, or people are getting sort of shot off screen or something, and it's just like, oh, that's just a cheap tactic just to get more people in to see it.
Yeah.
And it's only because of fucking Harley Quinn and the Joker that people are going to go see it anyway.
Yeah, on
a broad scale, I mean.
Yeah, on a broad scale of people, most people probably haven't even heard of the likes of, unless they really watch. I suppose if they watch Arrow, they might have heard of Deadshot and stuff. But everyone else, it's only going to be comic fans that are really going to know.
Yeah.
I do, however, suggest watching the animated film Assault on Arkham. Very good, very, very good.
I'm not sure what rating that is.
I think that's quite a high rating.
It must be.
Most of the DC films are.
People's heads are blowing up. People are getting jumped on and stabbed and necks broken and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like Assault on Arkham is the Suicide film. Is the Suicide Squad film that I want them to make. Not just that. I mean, but that exact kind of concept. They need to break into Arkham to get this thing. Batman turns up because it's Batman, and anything to do with Arkham Asylum usually shows up.
It works perfectly here because Batman is not actually in it a lot.
No, he's not the focus, but he absolutely fucks all the plans up.
Yeah, we won't spoil it, but we advise you go and watch it.
Absolutely,
very, very fucking good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Suicide Squad is due for release on August 5th, 2016. Stars Jared Leto, Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Joel Kinnaman, and Jay Courtney. Last month, some new images were released that revealed Leto's Joker in full, and we already know. So, oh well.
Yeah.
More news, sir. More news to fill your dirty mouth.
Let's do it.
Deus Ex: Mankind Divided has been delayed.
Boo!
Yeah. Well, I shall delve.
Mm-hmm.
Upcoming science fiction role-playing game, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, has officially been delayed from its previously scheduled release, which was February 23rd, 2016. The game will now hit 3, 2, 1. The game will now hit store shelves exactly half a year later on August 23rd, 2016.
Damn.
The delay was announced in a post on the game's official site by the project's director, David Anosky, which he said, "As you may have already seen by reading and watching many previews for Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, our aim is for it to be a worthy successor to Human Revolution and to improve upon that game in every way possible. I know expectations are extremely high and we not only want to meet those expectations but exceed them. We're confident and proud of the game so far. However, as we are not playing through the game in full, we can see it will require more time in post-production for tuning, iterations and refinement to meet our high standards. In order to achieve this, we need to move the release of the game to August 23rd, 2016. We're very sorry to disappoint you with the news, and we also thank you for your support and comments. The game is a huge part of our lives and we don't want to compromise on its quality. So please be patient with us a little longer, and as always, we thank you for your passion and support through thick and thin."
Now, I don't mind this.
No,
because
this is why I don't.
Yeah,
mind.
if they come out and say it's not as good as we want it to be, there's still stuff that we need to do. We need to polish it up more. We need to get more content in. We're not happy with it, and we're not happy releasing it. Fine. You want another 6 months? You take another 6 months. Because if you release it 6 months early and it's a pile of shit, you will lose so much faith. Like the fans will just lose so much faith in you.
I loved Deus Ex and I loved Human Revolution, except the boss battles. They killed it for me. Everything else was really good, but the boss battles were just really out of place and they were forced. You couldn't choose to do it. You had to do it a certain way, and that's not Deus Ex. It's all about choice. That's not just me. That's pretty much renowned. So if this came out and it was shit, people are gonna, like I say, they're gonna lose faith in the franchise.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, that's not the only reason I'm happy. I still got Metal Gear to play. I'm still playing Fallout.
True.
I've got like 9 games I'm playing. I could do with a break from new games coming out. So this delights me. But this is also the second video game that's lately been pushed back. A few weeks ago, Electronic Arts' upcoming open world platform and Mirror's Edge Catalyst was pushed back to May from its February release slot.
Do you think they're just doing this to say, oh, people are still going to be dealing with Battlefront and Fallout?
Yeah.
Just give them an extra month on that.
Let's be honest. Unless it's... I can't think of a game that's going to out... I don't think Battlefront's going to outsell Fallout, if I'm honest.
Well, I was in two minds as to whether I was going to get it this weekend, but...
I'm still going to wait.
I can't. I've still got so much to do in Fallout.
That's what I mean. It's Fallout's going to keep me going for a long time.
Well, I'm already 55 hours into it.
Oh my god, Dan.
But there's so much I haven't done yet. Like, when I'm talking to someone at work about it, and it's just like, oh, I found this specific person or piece of armour or something, and it's just like, well, you've only had this for like a day. How have you found this? And I haven't yet. But it's because it's not linear. And that's the thing, it's like, just, even like, I know that Rick is way ahead of me, he's like 70, 80 hours into it, but there's still things that I've done that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And it's just that sort of scope that I absolutely love. And
well, when I text you about the, what was the gun? The Krylo.
Oh, the oh, shit.
I can never say it. That gun, anyway.
The freeze gun.
Yeah. And I just went back to the vault just to see if there's any collectibles there, and I asked Dogmeat to find stuff, and then he went and got that out of the case that you couldn't open. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. Dan, have you got it? But I love Fallout, and I've got to say, I was a little bit disappointed when I first started it up, and I don't know what it was. I was quite tired. But that was also because the install was fucking long.
Oh yeah, that should have been a part of the preload. Like, I got it on PC, that should have already been a preload section.
Yeah.
And that really annoyed me because I waited until midnight for it to become playable. Click play, install, and it's like 45 minutes. I was just like, oh fuck me, are you kidding me? Why didn't you do this when I was loading it up?
I was really, really, really pissed off of watching the specials videos.
Yeah.
It was just like, finally got to L. I was like, fuck, I've already watched this like 3 times on YouTube. And then it went back to S. I was like, oh god. But that annoyed me quite a lot. But as soon as it started, that was it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was it for the news. Oh no, just something for you, Dan. At the Nintendo Direct conference, there was a few little bits. Twilight Princess HD has been confirmed, something which we brought up to people's attention as a rumour not long ago. Legend of Zelda Wii U is confirmed for 2016, so that's all good for me. But Dan, most importantly, earlier this year, Nintendo asked fans what characters they wanted to see in the next Super Smash Bros. Which obviously is this current Smash Bros. And you have 3 guesses, Dan, who has been chosen. Who will be a playable character?
Conker.
No.
Okay, give me a.
It's a good character, and it's a character that you like.
Not
Conker. And it's a man, male.
Okay, is it Nintendo specific?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's actually the opposite. Well, not the opposite, because that'd be Sega. But
I don't know. I'm trying to think if it's going to be something like really obscure, like the fucking guy from PsyOps.
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like what a random bloke to turn up.
It's a very, very well known character.
Oh, if that's the case, it's probably someone I hate then, isn't it?
No.
Oh, really?
You genuinely do like him.
Oh, Grim Fandango?
No. That'd be ace.
I was going to say that'd be a really good one. I don't know. Give me a hint. Give me a hint for my last one.
It's an RPG.
Kind of Shepherd.
No.
Oh, Cloud. Oh yeah, Cloud. Of course it
is.
is. I've seen this, for fuck's sake.
There you go. Oh my god.
Yeah,
What a waste
Cloud
of
Strife.
fucking time.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. I still won't get a Wii U for it, but
No, but I've already.
I was going to say, yeah, when you get Smash Bros, I'll definitely be playing as
I've already
Cloud.
got. We've played Smash Bros.
I thought you meant the next one.
I'm pretty sure it's for another character in Smash Bros. Wii U.
Oh right, so it's a
It's gotta be.
DLC or
There won't be another Smash Bros. For fucking years.
so is it a DLC character? Downloadable? Buy it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Buy it? Yeah.
I could be mistaken, but I'm sure it's. I'm sure it's Smash Bros. Wii U.
Oh yeah, you've definitely got to get that then.
Oh, I definitely will.
Playing some Cloud,
I
yeah.
bought the fucking DeLorean
Did you?
on fucking
You
Rocket
absolute
League.
spanner.
£1.67.
Why didn't you do that when I was there, you idiot?
Yeah. I went on and I was like, somebody was playing. I was like, it does look really cool.
It's got the tyre fire and everything on it as well.
Yeah,
it's
it's
awesome.
dead cool. But when you go up on the ceiling, the wheels turn in
What?
like they fold in on itself.
Oh my
so it
god!
hovers. It's really cool.
Okay, that's awesome.
So we can play as a DeLorean.
I might have to buy Rocket League as soon as that comes on sale. I think I'm going to pick that up.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for the news now.
Ooh.
We've already gone into the main story. Is Fallout 4 good?
Well,
Yes.
well, yes, basically.
What's coming up on the channel?
Yes, it's all right. Yeah. There's a couple of things that I don't like. The main one being it's not multiplayer,
Yeah.
and
Which we knew.
I know, and I knew it was going to be single player. But the fact is that the sort of settlement building creation mode is so addictive for me. I want, like, I did a Skype screen share with Rick, so we could show each other our main base, and just sort of like, so this is over here. Like, obviously, like, there's like 3 things that people can actually interact with. Like, so there's like food, defenses, and like chairs and stuff, like beds.
Yeah.
They can sit in it. That's it. They can't do anything with anything else. And yet everything's assembled. Like, so I've got shelves here, and I was going to put like carry some tin cans, and I'll put those on the shelves, so they'll get some bottles of vodka, and I can put that next to the bar. And it's just like The Sims.
I literally, I was on a like raid for supplies, and I was in. I can't remember now whether I was in the graveyard or just like a town next to it, but I found a vase with some flowers.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'll look really nice on the table. So I picked it up, got back, threw everything on the floor except for that, and scrapped everything, and then put the vase, like the little bottle with the flowers, on the table.
See, Rick went a step further than that, because he put a pool table in, and he went and collected like every single pool ball.
Oh,
So like the
my
1
days.
ball, 2 ball, 3 ball, all of them, and then put them on the table with cues and stuff.
Jesus,
And I was just like, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
that's just ridiculous.
But that shows how much time you've got in your hand. He's off ill at the moment, so he's absolutely blitzing it, and he's done a hell of a job with it. Like the bar that he's made,
that bar looks
sweet,
amazing.
yeah. But like, so that's the thing. Even if it was just multiplayer for just settlement building, and you could just invite someone in, and they could just not even do anything, just wander around and just sort of help out or defend from raiders and stuff like that. You know, you're playing online. You're playing, but your console, PC, whatever, is online, and it says your friend's settlement is under attack, and you can go, oh shit, and you can just jump straight in and help defend raiders. You get XP or caps or whatever. Like, even if that was just the element of it, if they did that, I'd probably be like, why can't I do more? But
yeah, I mean, like, so it had like when you're building and you've got your build area, and if you exit the build area, you exit the build mode.
yeah,
Even if it was like that, so if you walked out of your friend's settlement, they basically went and it was single player again.
yeah.
Which, like you say, you just be like, fuck's sake, why can't we just go exploring together?
Yeah, I mean that's what I really want. I just want Fallout 4, but multiplayer, like drop in, drop out.
Fallout DayZ
Basically, yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Just drop in, drop out multiplayer.
would be good.
Um,
Be fucking ace.
only other thing I don't like is these checkpoints, like quick saving.
Yeah.
It just does not do it.
I haven't actually had a look if you can disable it. But I end up making a lot of game saves just to be safe.
Well, I just keep quick saving, but there should be a better checkpoint system. Now, I've discussed this with a few other people, and basically they said that's the point. They're doing it to punish you for not saving. So you need to be on top of it. And although I see the point, this is at a time, 2015, where games are, specifically commented upon for their fantastic checkpoint system, like Metal Gear. You get killed, it go back 20 seconds, and you can go, oh shit, I can rethink this. You get killed, and it will send you back to your last save, which could be 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And it's just like, everything I've done, everything I found, is gone. And because everything randomly spawns in, that guy who had that legendary weapon or whatever, he's gone now. Yeah. And it's just like, fuck me, really? So, I don't like that. Although, now I've got into the habit of just quick saving whenever I think, shit, I've sort of walked for like 6 minutes, I need to save.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got into the habit of it, but it's not a habit that I need to get into these days. And that's one thing I don't like. If they just did a normal checkpoint system, every time you're going through a door, every time, or just on a timer, every 5 minutes, just autosave. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. It's annoying, but it's kind of convenient at the same time. But like you say, it's pretty fucking wank. Before we move on to pros, though, I have a niggle.
Okay.
Shall we say? I did a quest for a guy who was planning on draining like this big reservoir.
Okay. Remember, spoilers alert, and this is for me as well as people who are listening to this, because odds are, like you say, you haven't been playing it as long as I have. You've probably found a bunch of shit that I haven't done yet.
Yeah. Well, have you done this quest? Do you know what quest I'm doing?
Already, no.
Well, I won't spoil it then. Well, essentially, I find a certain creature.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. But it's incredibly hard to kill. And that was with me, the guy who I was doing the quest with, and Dog Meat.
Right.
Just full on nailing him, and it took me ages, but you get something cool out of it. Anyway, the nigger wasn't with that. The nigger is, he's trying to basically, he says, if you can drain this reservoir, he's got the feeling that there's going to be loads of stuff to fucking loot that's in the water. But he can't close the valves because the pipes are broken in the water. So, can you go in and fix the pipes? And it's like, fuck off. It's full of radiation. You do it.
Well, power armor.
But apparently he can't do it. And I kind of wanted the stuff.
What do you mean you can't do it?
So I did it. No, he can't do it. He can't seem to go in the water and fix the stuff. Even though he's the engineer, I've still got to go in the water to fucking fix it.
Right.
And I have to use all my fucking rad away.
Well, power armor. Like, massive radiation absorption in that.
No, I was there. I didn't take the armor with me.
Let's just go back.
Plus I had a broken leg on it. And I wanted to fix that up.
I don't think that makes any difference for...
No, because I'm trying not to use it, to be fair. I've only used 2 cores. I've got 15 in my inventory, and I've only used 2. Because I literally only use it if I have to, because I don't like that we've got it straight away.
Yeah. See, now, I'm not sure if I actually said this as like a sort of like a pre... What was it, like the last podcast we did? It's like just before Fallout came out or something like that.
Yeah.
And we were talking about what we wanted to see and what we didn't want to see. One of the things I said I do want to see is like new crazy vaults. I've only found like 3 vaults so far, but that's my own fault.
Yeah.
My own fault. But I know that there are others out there, and people have started saying, "Oh, I found this vault," and I was just like, "What was the number?" And they go like 1, 2, and I was like, "I don't care. I'll find it. I'll find it and I'll figure it out." But it looks like that sort of same vault craziness is there. One thing that I didn't want them to do though was to be too upfront with the power armor.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah. It's like literally straight away, here you go, here's your power armor. Oh,
yeah.
Nice one, thanks. And now I've got like 7 sets of power armor.
I was going to say, you can't talk because you got loads.
I know, yeah, but I just keep finding them. I was like, well, I'm not going to leave it here, I'm going to take it back.
No, obviously, but I mean, I tend to only do it if I've died a certain amount of times. Like from gunfire?
I don't know, because I mean, like at the moment, like, cause I'm thinking about doing like a sort of a video on. This is the settlement at the moment. These are the guns I've got. These are the mods I've got and stuff. Idea. So I might just do that. But the main guns I've got are sort of like this really sort of like super powered like 10mm pistol. It's got like special.
I've done mine up and I've called it the tits.
I forgot you could rename stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I need
the tits, and my sword's called the
gooch.
Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. The bitch sting or something like that. I can't remember now. Cause I was gonna call it after your sword on Minecraft, but I still refuse to use that word.
I can't.
You know what I mean.
What was it called?
The See You Next Tuesday Ripper.
The cunt ripper. Oh yeah, of course it was. Yeah. Oh no way. Oh man, I've given away a sword as well because someone gave me this like fire sword, and I was just like, that's cool, but my gun does like twice the damage. So here you go, settler.
I was using the machete in the power armor.
Yeah, that kind of defeats
just
the point.
Just because it cuts the heads off straight away. It's genius.
But now I've got like this pistol which is pretty beefed up, and I've got like I've modded the shit out of pretty much everything really. But like I've got a combat rifle. Like yesterday, like this just goes to show like how much sort of like how the perks sort of add in with the damage of like your weapons and stuff, and like the mods add to it as well. I found an alpha deathclaw, right, and I was just like, oh fuck me. This thing turned and ran at me. I had my combat shotgun, whipped it up, 8 rounds in the face, and it was down. It didn't even touch me, and I was just like, what?
I had to hide in the shop when I was in the power armor.
Well, like, how many times have I been in? Like, I sort of, I'm trying to preemptively use the power armor, so I'm just like, you're going on this mission, and you go, okay, there's going to be a ton of shit there. There's going to be radiation or whatever. Like, the only time I've really used it for a purpose is when you cross like the sea. And it's just complete radiation. So you need like 50 rad away or whatever just to get across it. But the power armor just does it fine. So I just use that. But every other time it just seems to be, fuck it, why not?
See, that's what I didn't want. I didn't want that.
No, I wanted to earn it like piece by piece, scrap by scrap. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that you can just mix and match them, you know, and mod them up and stuff.
Are you making sure you take out your cores when you're not in them?
No, although I did see someone wandering about in one the other day. I was like, get the fuck out of it, you prick.
Because people will get in them and steal.
Well, that's the only time... that's the only time I've seen one, but he was like a settler because we were being raided. But I gave him an axe. So I took his gun off him because he had a pretty good gun. So I took that off him, gave him an axe instead, and I was like, that's all I trust you with. And then he was just wandering about in power armor. I was like, fucking get your own, mate.
Now, my house, basically... we're all in it because I needed supplies for that to basically rip my house down. And I was like, I'll just build one big one, we can all live in that. But I originally went back to the house like that was your house, and I've like did it up and that. But I had like basically I built like a big garage on the side of it, and that's where the power armor was. But when I'd leave it there, I'd take the core out, and it had a little cupboard next to it, and I put all my cores in, like the minigun and other weapons for it.
Yeah.
They were all in a little cupboard next to the suit. And then I'd go back into build mode, and I'd put a wall. So literally no one can get to it. And if there's a raid, I've got to go into build mode and
delete a wall. Fucking hell.
But just because when I go on like a supply run, I'm literally gone hours. I'll literally go as long as I can last.
Yeah.
And then head back.
Well, that's the good thing about having the companion, though, is the fact that you can just give them all the shit that you don't want to carry.
Yeah.
And then all the shit that you can physically carry as well. And then you both fast travel back and just unload it, all of it, into the workbench. And build whatever the hell you want to. But, like, I pissed off one of my companions the other day, because I was in the power armor. I can't remember what we were doing, but I thought I'd need it. So I was in this town, and I was sort of wandering about upstairs, came through this door, and it was just like a door to the outside, but in like into a balcony.
Yeah.
And you don't get full damage when you've got the power armor. So I jumped over the balcony, hit the floor, and it like creates like a shockwave, and it hit one of the town guards, and the entire town flipped out and started killing me. So I legged it out, sort of got away from the guards, fast travelled back to my base. And my companion, because he didn't like the fact that I'd attacked someone, started shooting at me.
You're joking?
No.
Because you're using Thingy, aren't you?
What?
Fuck it, I forgot his name. The robot.
Oh, Codsworth. Yeah, I was using Codsworth for
yeah.
ages, but I'm using Pippa now.
Oh, right.
What?
I said, oh, right.
Oh, right. Yeah. But no, it was another guy. But so I went back to my base to basically just leave the power armor there because that's where it stays.
Yeah.
And he went into my big steamer trunk that's next to the power armor with, like you say, all the power armor weapons like minigun, rocket launchers, Fat Man. Took a Fat Man out and fired it at me.
Fucking
He
hell.
just went in there and took it out and blew me up.
Your people are pricks.
I was just like, what the Like, I mean, luckily, when I quit out of the game, because I was just getting blown up in my own base, I was just like, can I just not go back there now? Because this guy's just got, like, all the rockets and shit, and you can't kill them, because, like, you can only knock them down for about 30 seconds, and they get back up again, and then fires another missile at you. So, luckily, when I turned the game off and come back on, he was fine.
Yeah.
But I was just like, what if I'd, like, spent all that time and effort building that base up, and then...
And he just destroyed it.
Every time I... Like, because that was the thing, like, I was running away, and he launched a Fat Man at me whilst I was running away. Because, like, the first time he just nailed me and killed me, and then I respawned, and he was still there.
Fucking hell.
So, he fired it again, as I was running away, and it, like, landed in the middle of my farm. But luckily, it didn't, like, affect any of the fruit or the guard post or anything like that, because if he'd have just wiped that out, I would have cried. It'd be like, oh my word, no!
See, all my guys have been ace. And like dog meat's just the best. And I had come back from like a supply, like a scavenge run, and I can't remember her name now. It's one of the traders, and she was passing through, but the Brahmin thing, like the big fucking ox thing, was in a house, and I'm not even joking, right? His head was sticking out the door, but you could see his body like glitching through the building. I was like, fucking hard. Took my phone out, right, to take a photo to send to you, and as I got my phone out, he glitched out and hit me. And then because he hit me, the trader's like, oh, you want a piece of me? And then started shooting me. I was like, what? Then I've literally turned around, because she was shooting me in the back. I turned around and dog meat's just fucking mauling her. And then like all the people who like live in a settlement all come out and all fucking shooting at her and shooting at the bra.
What the fuck?
And then I was just gone, fuck this. Fucking... gone into VATS, headshot, killed her. Like, just had a look what she got. She fuck all on her. So I just restarted, loaded up the game save, because she's usually quite good for trading.
I fast travelled to a settlement, like one of the sort of northern settlements. There's like a big thing with a radio tower there.
Yeah.
I fast travelled there, and there's like a sort of a building with like a workshop next to it, and then there's like a second platform that's sort of been built up, like a second floor.
Yeah.
And when I fast travelled there, it just sort of pops you up in the middle of the base, doesn't it? And when I was looking, there was like a Brahmin that was like floating in the air. It was sort of like where the ground is. Then it's like, you know how those big sort of how high those big stairs go. Yeah. So there was like that to the floor, and then there was a wall with like a shack roof thing. It was like squished in the middle of there, and there was another one on like that sort of squished between where the wall was, the platform. The second level platform was, and the wall, there's like some steel fencing that's going around the side, and then the other one was on the floor. But again, before I could get my phone to take a picture and send it to you, they sort of unglitched themselves and they were okay.
Yeah.
But it was just like this sort of tower of cows, and they're all just going it's fucking bonkers.
On a whole though, Dan, how, on a scale of 1 to 10, we're not going to it's not a review, but how much have you enjoyed it so far?
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'd say I've probably enjoyed it more than Metal Gear.
I've loved Metal Gear up to
don't get me wrong, Metal Gear is one of the best games of the year, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But for the sheer amount of stuff to do, and you just wander into a building and all of a sudden you would just be like, oh look, here's this incredibly rare, powerful item that's just in someone's pocket. Thanks very much. Like, there's just no predicting what's going to happen. It's not linear in the slightest, and that's what I love about sort of like sandbox games. It's the fact that there's so much stuff to do, but you know, how long does it take before things get repetitive? You know, how many escort missions? How many? Oh, there's guys over here in this building that are pissing us off. But so you know, you can do these sort of side missions like free up settlements and stuff, But then you'll be walking through town and there's a fucking galleon just on top of a building. And you're just like, what is that about? I've got to go and have a look at that. And then there's just like this whole other quest and mission and all this side shit you can do just from that one thing that you've just wandered past.
Yeah.
I mean, Metal Gear just doesn't have that for me.
Metal Gear is an exceptionally good game, and it by far passed my expectations. I knew it was going to be good, but Jesus Christ, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
But Fallout it's Fallout, and what I love about this is 3 was amazing. It had its issues, but it was amazing. Vegas, it didn't quite have the same feeling as 3, but it was still really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then 4 is basically just carried on the tradition of just being alright, it's got its issues and it's got its bugs and stuff, as most Bethesda fucking games have.
True, but that's kind of, well, for one, you don't
allow it.
Yeah, you don't really care, because it's just like, well, I'll give you the fact that some of the AI might be a bit glitchy, because there's so much shit and so much dialogue, and everyone has got specific things they say, and you can interact with them in certain ways, and you can just walk around and shoot everyone in the face if you want to.
The settlement building aspect is essentially a game of its own.
See, a lot of people don't like that. They just say, I just did what I needed to, and then I'm just off wandering about. That's fine. That's absolutely
the beauty
fine.
of it, though.
It doesn't punish or reward you for doing it. It's just saying, you can build a settlement now if you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, you want 6? Build 6.
Yeah.
Go for
It's
it.
basically saying, do what you want.
Yeah. You can be an absolute bastard.
That's perfect.
Or you can just work for these guys, or you can just do this, or you can work for these people and you can just do this, or you can work for all of them there and fuck them all over. It's just the potential. I just don't know where it's going to go. Like,
that's why it's so good.
Yeah, that's it. It's because I'm constantly kept guessing. Because you could just walk into a house and all of a sudden it's just not a house. It's some massive crack den or something that's full of power armoured super mutants. And you're just like, I was not expecting this at all.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
But yes, I mean, I'm going to finish this podcast right now, and I'm going to go play some more.
I concur, sir. So, before we go, Dan, if you pay attention to our YouTube channel, which is
www.youtube.com/podcastvsplayer,
and our Twitter, which is @podcastvplayer, you may have noticed our Archer Protocol trailer. It's ours, Dan.
You made it.
You were there in spirit.
Well, I would have been, yeah.
You got the last say, though.
That's true, yeah.
So it's all you like the overlord, and I was the working mule.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you don't know, a while ago we did a podcast where we had kind of worked off an idea for a Archer RPG spy game. We made some fan art. We sent it to Obsidian. They seemed to like it. A lot of people had the same opinions, and it was being retweeted, and it was on Instagram. And it was getting everywhere.
Yeah,
it was getting out of control. So to kind of put the fire out, we made more, and then we did mock-up T-shirts and shit. So then we had the idea of making a trailer, and it's essentially Alpha Protocol gameplay, which obviously Obsidian made.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you had noticed, Dan, but there's no audio from Alpha Protocol. Like all the footsteps, the zip line, the jumping, the hitting, the shooting. I put all that in.
That's pretty impressive.
Thanks, sir. And then there is a scene from Driver, which I feel we should say isn't in Alpha Protocol. And essentially we've just put audio from Archer. I also did Lana, so she sounded like she was coming from a radio.
That was quite good, actually. I thought that was a really nice touch, yeah.
Fucking ages.
I bet it did, yeah. Changing the pitch and the harmonics and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well worth 4 hours. But so essentially we've made a video game trailer for a game that doesn't exist, but we're hoping that it does.
Yeah.
We sent it to Obsidian. They fucking loved it.
Yeah.
They sent us some very nice messages, and last time I looked, it was on like 106 or 112 views or something like that.
What?
From 2. So in the space of like 15 minutes, a lot of people have seen it. So thank you to all you people.
Wow, bloody hell! I wasn't even paying attention.
You know what, Dan? I'm actually gonna have a look. You tell people what's coming up on the channel, maybe.
Okay, well,
And I'm going to have a look at how much views we've got.
as I said, I'm probably going to do some kind of here's my fallout, see me cry, something like that. There's also some Don't Starve Together, which we've been meaning to do for ages, but
Yes.
unfortunately, there's a lot of things we've been meaning to do, but since the 10th of November, nothing has been done. We've made absolutely no content, and we probably won't for the foreseeable future. That's all fallout, so blame Bethesda. It's not on us. Simple as that.
145.
Jesus fucking Christ, I only made that public this morning on the way to work.
Yeah, and it was literally 2. There was 2 views on it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they were both me.
Syllabs. Yeah, they definitely was, because I didn't watch it all today. So
well, thank you, Obsidian. You bloody
Yeah.
beautiful sausages, you.
So keep fucking retweeting it and stuff, because you never know, it might happen.
Well, I'm you build up enough.
The lead designer from Obsidian retweeted it.
Yep.
So-
The Angry Joe Show Army, they also retweeted
Yes.
it as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so AJSA, well done.
Get to work.
Well, they're a pretty good community. I love Angry Joe. I think he's a really
Yeah.
good content creator. I think he does really good reviews. I didn't really agree with his. Oh shit! What was it? He did a Battlefront sort of like the beta Battlefront thing, and I didn't agree with his views on that at all. But the fact is that we've got such a similar kind of like whatever he says. Oh, this is really good. I'll usually say if you like it, I probably will, and then it turns out to be true. But he was kicking off with Battlefront. It's just like it's so unbalanced. It's like we know it's
Beta.
unbalanced. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the only thing that I thought. Yeah, it's not really nice. But I know how much work he puts into his community, and he wants to try and feed back to them, and keep them all in his videos and speak to them and get ideas from them. So hopefully, if someone from the community passes that on to Angry Joe or other Joe maybe. It could be something that he says that's not a bad idea. Actually, I like the idea.
Yeah.
So I like to think so.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's all the snowball effect.
We've, as always, every time we speak to Obsidian, we're always taken aback to how nice they are.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And they could just look at it and go, "Oh, look, yeah," and then not say anything about it. But they've favorited it, they've retweeted it numerous times.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff we send them, they give it a lot of publicity.
Yeah. So I mean, we really can't thank them enough for that.
Yeah. So it's all grateful.
So to say thank you, we are
everyone who tweets us.
going to be making them a custom Alpha Protocol Archer Protocol shirt,
Yes.
which we'll be sending to America for them to enjoy, as they said. Like, because I tweeted them the picture that Callum made of the sort of mock-up of an Archer Protocol t-shirt, and they said we'd buy it. So I was like, okay, well, how about we just buy it for you then?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Actually, speaking of Christmas, we've been added to Obsidian Entertainment's Christmas card list as well, which is always nice.
Yes, we have. So it's always good to know.
Yeah.
On that note, though, Dan, I believe Dog Meat needs to go out for a walk.
I need to go out for a walk.
It's been weeks now.
Yeah, my muscles have atrophied.
So say goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, young man.
Bye.